Okay, part 2 of our Easter Madness leadership training video. Easter Madness expectations. Pew pew. I don't know why I'm doing that. Anyway, we asked, and I've talked about this in the first part about safe ministry of children's, that we ask each leader to sign a code of conduct. Okay, so which these outline the expectations that we have as part of the Uniting Church in Queensland. If you are a leader within your own congregations, these expectations aren't new, and you may read them and go, well, duh, I understand that. We're just asking you to sign it as a form of agreement. All right, so that umbrella of the personal statement of commitment is included into the code of conduct for our leaders. So we do ask that you sign it, please, as your commitment not only to Easter Madness, but your commitment to the young people in the campus who come to Easter Madness. So what will be the new extra expectations that we have for our leaders who join us on Easter Madness? You know, when you come as a leader, you probably thinking, I'm just coming. I'm just bringing my kids. Yeah, I'm glad you just thought that. Surprise! We're gonna ask you to do a little bit more over the next 4 days. We know that it is gonna be a huge ask, especially if this is your first time bringing your kids from your church or your youth group. We know. But it will make it an awesome experience and continue to create a welcoming and energetic vibe, culture, and to do that, to build that amazing culture within Easter Madness, we need everybody's help. Okay, it can't just be myself or just the Easter Madness planning team. It has to be all of the leaders. So all who come to Easter Madness, this is what it's all about. You're coming, you're bringing your kids because you believe in something. You believe that these young people should experience faith differently, that they should experience community differently. So this is, we're all in it here. Okay, we're all going to be suffering together, creating together. All right. So our extra expectations of you are, firstly, small groups. Okay, throughout Easter Madness, campers will be split into small groups. They will do devotions together, and they will do small group games, battles together as well. Things like Trash the Runway, Pimp My Ride, Color Combat. Though they will be together in those instances. All right. So we need 2 leaders to a group, and we normally split them into age groups. We've got quite an even split, definitely more females than males. So we're looking at actually having 8 groups of 8 to 9 kids. If not, we'll probably split that up into 9 or 10 groups. So between 8 to 10 small groups. Our expectation of you as a leader is that you lead devotions with your small groups. The resource that I have provided is all there for you. And we'll send it out as soon as you get this link. Read through it, read through the Bible readings, have a look at the videos. I'm pretty sure that there are some links in there. If not, send me some feedback and say, Far, there's nothing on here. So there are the words that you may say as part of your small groups. Hang on, let me just bring some up of examples. Okay, so small groups on Sunday, years 7 to 9 have a different one from 10s to 12. So our small group theme will be about redefining purpose. So Peter will speak about that on the first night, and we're going to look at that as a small group. So our first question for the year 7s to 9. Title, What do you think? And the question is, are you or anyone that you know are adopted? Underneath that question, in italics, it says, leaders, be sensitive to anyone in that group that might be adopted. All right. The next question is, what would it be like to be adopted by parents who were extremely rich or powerful? How would your life be different? In italics, after that question, it says, let the students dream and imagine what life could be like. And then there's another paragraph of what you could say. Many people don't realize this, but if you're a Christian, that means you've been adopted in the most rich and powerful person ever, God. Not only is he rich and powerful, but he also is generous, wise, and good. God owns the whole world, and he has chosen to adopt you. If you don't feel comfortable saying those words, you don't have to say them. It's a guideline, all right? So maybe having chats with this particular question, looking at famous actors' kids like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. Their kids, Willow, and I can't remember the other one, Jaden and Willow, wondering what their kind of life would be like. West, Kanye's daughter, what kind of her life might be like. I know that there's a lot of videos of her telling the paparazzi to stop taking photos of her and her younger siblings as well. So having conversations around that could be good. Encourage, as a leader, we ask that you encourage conversations, encourage questions, encourage wondering, encourage exploring. If you don't have the answer, that is all good. We don't expect for you to have a theology degree to be a small group leader. All right. It is more about authenticity. It's about facilitating. It's about listening to what your group is saying. All right. And if they've got a really tricky question, come up and ask me and say, that's a great question. Let's go ask Far. Or what a great question. Let's have a look at it together. Let's try and Google some stuff together. You can do that in your group. All good. It might lead you down a rabbit hole, but then bring it back. Bring it back. All right. Okay. In small groups, during the game times for your small groups, we do ask that you stay with them during this time. It is not your time to go and have a coffee. It's almost like these next 4 days, it's not about you, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. So stay with them during this time. Encourage them in their creativity, especially in Pimp My Ride, Trash the Runway. If you sense that someone is not being heard, invite them into the conversation, the person who's not saying anything, and advise your small groups that not all the voices have been heard. Have fun with them. Trust me, if you get into the activities, they will catch that vibe. They're going to catch it. All right? They're going to catch the excitement and be on that same level as you, enhancing that Easter Madness culture, that excitement that you have when you're together as a community for 4 days. The second thing that we ask as an extra expectation of Easter Madness is help where you can. There might be many moments, because we have such a small planning team this year, where you will need to step in, step up as a leader and offer some help. Whatever form of help it is, I'm sure our planning team would appreciate it. So some things that may pop up: saying a prayer during meal times, directing traffic, saying whose table goes next for the meal. Perhaps our worship space people, which is Emma and Mia, may need some help blowing up balloons or potting plants. Or our sound director, Ethan, may need some help, especially during pack down or setup as well. So keep your eyes and ears open of where help might be needed. And our final extra expectation of you as a leader is security. To ensure that we are abiding by our safe Ministry of Children's policy, we ask that leaders disperse yourselves around all the different electives So we're going to have the Express My Faith electives and Choose Your Own Adventure electives as well. So morning, afternoon. Disperse yourself in amongst them. Try not to go and be with your youth group too much during the electives. Let them, take a feel and get some own independence. But if you feel like you need to be with them, all good. But if you can strategically place yourselves in amongst the electives would be great. Also, because we are in two different areas in the one site, which is CMS Center, which is going to be our main site for eating and worshipping. Yes, they are in the same spot. So we will probably need some help during that time. But CMS Center is our main spot, and then there's Tambourine Lodge, which is a walk through to the other side. Would I walk? No, I would not walk, but that's just me. Apparently it takes 5 minutes, but for me, it's going to take about 10 minutes. Anyway, enough about me and complaining, because it's not about me. What was I saying? Yep, because we are on two different areas, we will need to have leaders walk our campers to and from these areas, particularly at night after our final thing on our program, and we'll also need to do night patrol during the lights out, which is 10 or 10:30. In saying all this, and with all the extra expectations that we are asking of you as leaders, if you need to take some time out, just let us know. We are all good. I want to try and look after the leaders who come, and as much as I can. So if there's something that you need, let me know. If there's a coffee, if there's a V, if there's a monster drink that you need, tell me. Okay, I'm gonna look after you, because there's a lot of things that I expect of you. I'm sorry, not sorry. For the next 4 days, but again, we are all in it together, and I'm so excited that you're gonna journey with us through my last Easter Madness. So let's make it an awesome time for our campers, and let's just invite the Holy Spirit to do what the Holy Spirit does, and be redefined by everything, every aspect, because God is our great redefiner, and we are here for something. And let's expect that when we come to Easter Madness. All right. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. Thank you so much for being a leader for Easter Madness. We value you, we appreciate you, and I am just so grateful I am not doing this alone.